And I think we're just about ready to go in one lap. Chris Johnson, Sean Beluzzo in the front row. Cameron Patrick and Todd Van Gilder, row 2. Mike Rudy and Hunter Slayton in row 3. Row 4, it's Scott Lawrence and Randy Monroe Jr., 7th and 8th. Row 5, Matt Sly and Robbie Babb. Chris Holman and Anthony Kincaid in row 6. Jimmy Humblett and Joe Scarborough, row 7. Kyle Wood, Darrell Vance in row 8. Row 9, Michael Johnson and Joe Bruce. Lauren Edgerton, the 7. And Robert Connor is in the 12 as we are set to go for 30 laps. Our first modified race of the night and our first race of the night here at Langley Speedway. Chris Johnson, that 36 car up front. Sean Beluzzo, the 48 on the outside. Cameron Patrick, the 20-year points leader, is set to go. Todd Van Gilder, the 57. Mike Rudy and Hunter Slayton as the green flag flies and we're underway. The first of 2 modified races for these guys. 30 laps is what makes up the entire distance. Right off the bat, the number 36 pulls out front. Chris Johnson. These guys trying to feel out the racetrack after those drops fell a little bit. Robbie Babb gets down low in the 83, tries to make a pass and get by Scott Lawrence in that machine. Scott, he's got pressure on the outside. As they make their way across the line, it is going to be Chris Johnson who continues to lead. 71 car, Hunter Slayton not giving up too easily on the outside as Scott Lawrence in the 83 does make the pass, but Hunter's fighting back on the outside. Meanwhile, a battle shaping up for the second spot. Sean Beluzzo's got his hands full. Cameron Patrick in car number 20, your points leader, trying to get to the front. 3 laps completed. Everybody showing a lot of patience so far. Scott Lawrence still having a hard time getting by that 71 of Hunter Slayton. Almost 3 wide at the exit of turn 4 that time, but Robbie Babb wants to get by in car 44. Babb in the white 44, just ahead of Matt Sly, last year's Rookie of the Year in car 33. These guys racing side by side, losing ground a little bit to that 57 of Todd Van Gilder, who's up there in the 5th position. Racing back here for 6th, but slowing each other up by racing side by side. Hunter Slayton might be comfortable flying on the outside, though. Robbie Babb now gets to his inside as Cameron Patrick tries to make a move on Sean Beluzzo for that 2nd position. Great battle a little bit further back here. We have the 11 and the 42. They bump wheels a little bit. Chris Holman on the outside. He's got damage, it looks like. He slows up dramatically, possibly a flat tire on that machine as he slows up on the back straightaway. Does appear to be a flat tire for Chris Holman in the 42. Chris comes into the pits. Nice looking ride, but flat tire on the left front, it looks like. Sean Beluzzo, he's got a challenge by Cameron Patrick again. Cameron trying to get up to the front, challenge Chris Johnson, Eddie Johnson's son, up there leading the race. Car number 36. Cameron Patrick races side by side with Beluzzo now for that 2nd spot on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Robbie Babb a little bit further back, challenging with Scott Lawrence in that 83 as they race side by side. Beluzzo gets past, he goes back to 3rd. Cameron Patrick moves up to 2nd. Sets his sights on Chris Johnson in the 36 who leads this event after 11 laps. Hunter Slayton and Robbie Babb get by the 83 of Scott Lawrence. Scott got caught on the outside. They were able to make the pass down on the inside to get by him. 87 also, Darrell Vance. He gets by that 1 of Anthony Kincaid. Lauren Edgerton, the 7 custom auto machine, is off the pace a little bit. 13 laps completed. A couple of laps away from halfway. Chris Johnson still leading this event over Cameron Patrick, Sean Beluzzo. 42 goes back out. Chris Holman only got that tire changed, and he is back on the racetrack. Well, about 7 to 8 car lengths between first and second, and the same distance back to third place. Chris Johnson showed the way for Cameron Patrick, Sean Belluzzo, Mike Rudy in the 8 car is up to 4th. Todd Van Gilder, the 57, 5th. Robbie Babb, the 44, is in 6th. Hunter Slayton, the 71, 7th. Scott Lawrence is the 83. He is in 8th. 9th position is Matt Sly, 33. Joe Scarborough, the 08, the top 10. Followed by Jimmy Hublett, the 11 car is 11th. Kyle Wood, the 19, 12th. Michael Johnson, the 38, is 13th. Darrell Vance, the 87, 14th. And Anthony Kincaid in the 1 and 15th. Joe Bruce in 16th. Robert Conner out of this event, it looks like, in the 12 car. Laps completed here at Langley Speedway. Chris Johnson trying to stay ahead of Cameron Patrick, trying to keep that distance between him and Cameron, but he's working the lap traffic now. This allows Cameron to close in a little bit, now within about 4 car lengths in the back end of the 36 of that Chris Johnson machine. And heavy traffic just ahead of the leader. You got the 1 of Anthony Kincaid, the 77 of Joe Bruce. They're racing each other for position. And here come the leaders. 10 laps to go. Cameron Patrick hoping to gain some ground on Chris Johnson as he works the lap traffic. And the leader caught the lap traffic in the worst possible place, right in the center of the turn, allowing Cameron to close in to within about a car length and a half on Chris Johnson for the lead in car 36. Sean Belluzzo has closed up a little bit. He's still got the lap traffic of Anthony Kincaid and the 77. Joe Bruce in between himself and second in the first place. Belluzzo having a hard time getting around the lap traffic now as he closes in on Joe Bruce. Now dives on the inside at the exit of turn number 2, makes that pass, but he's lost a lot of ground to those guys up there in the lead. It's Johnson and Cameron Patrick. They get across the line, 24 laps go up in lights. And this race ain't over yet between those front 2 guys up front working the lap traffic again, putting some good cars a lap down. Get to the 19 and the 42, Kyle Wood. Chris Holman several laps down after he had to make that pit stop, change that tire. He got into another car and cut his tire. Look at this heavy traffic just ahead with only 4 laps to go. A move being made down to the inside on the leader of this race, Chris Johnson, with a challenge by Cameron Patrick. But there is the lap traffic. What's going to happen here? He lost a little bit of ground, had to get out of the gas to avoid hitting the back end of that number 7 of Lauren Edgerton. Now again, dives on the inside, gets the 36 a little loose that time down the back straightaway. Cameron Patrick has got the lead with just a few laps to go. 2 laps to go. Cameron Patrick now 3 car lengths to 4 ahead of the 36 of Chris Johnson. He's going to be looking for that white flag, and there it is. Last lap of the race. Cameron Patrick still has a lot of traffic just ahead, but I don't think that's going to affect the 36 of Chris Johnson being able to catch back up. Checkered flag, and Cameron Patrick wins our first 30-lap race for the Modifieds here at Langley Speedway. Cameron Patrick got that pass and was able to help get up to the front by some lap traffic. Chris Johnson shows good sportsmanship. He finishes second. Sean Belluzzo with a 3rd place finish on the first 30-lap race. Mike Rudy finishes in the 8 car in 4th. Todd Van Gilder, the 57, a very consistent top 5. And Robert Babb right there in the 6th position. Hunter Slayton, the 71, is 7th. Joe Scarborough, 08, finishes in 8th. Scott Lawrence, the 83, was 9th. And Matt Sly in the top 10 in car 33. But there is your winner and your points leader so far for 2011. Cameron Patrick leads Chris Johnson in the points, 1 and 2, and leads Chris Johnson in the race tonight at Langley Speedway.
Here he is, Cameron Patrick, right there. Good job, Cameron. Way to go, man. I tell you, you waited there to the end to pick it up on Chris and take it through that last, take us through those last few laps. Was you holding back intentionally? What's the deal there?
Well, we planned at the beginning of the race just to, I was hoping to get behind Chris at the start, but Sean got down in there and I was like, okay, that's all right. Let's get the cars going. And we started losing ground on Chris. I started getting worried. I was like, well, I got to start pushing to try to get by Sean or I'll never catch him. And I had to go down the flat to get up underneath him, which sometimes you got to do that. I'm thankful that the rumble strips are gone, so I was able to use that. But Chris got a little sideways. I know we got into him just a little bit. Maybe twitched him a little bit. But I really had a better car at that point. And I was just lucky enough that when he slipped, I was able to take advantage.
30-lap racing. You like it?
Well, it's nice to go ahead and get it over with, considering we've run so many weeks we haven't got to race because of the rain. And coming out of Legends, where you run 25 and 30 sometimes, I'm used to it. To run 20 more laps with the way the car was handling, I certainly wouldn't complain.
Maybe a little cooler later on in the evening. Do you do anything to change this car? You got a winning car now.
We haven't touched it since we won the last time we was here. We moved things here and there, and it's more or less wait and see what the tires can do. And we'll see. The car tightened up a little bit at the end, so we may have to try to change something like that, or go out there and see what we can do and get us a good finish.
We got a winning trophy for you from our friends from Little G.I. Joe's and A.H. Plumbing, Hampton Roads Plumbing, and Action Realty, Milani Brothers. There's your winning trophy. Right.
All right, 1 lap to go until the green flag's going to fly. Cameron Patrick and Chris Johnson up there in the front. The 8 and the 48 right there next to each other. Mike Rudy in the 8 car. 48, Sean Beluzzo. Todd Van Gilder, 57. Robbie Babb there, the 44. Hunter Slayton, 71. Joe Scarborough, 08. Matt Sly, Michael Johnson driving 38. Darrell Vance in the 87. Jimmy Humblett, the 11. Kyle Wood, 19. Scott Lawrence, the rear of the field after they fixed the leak in the 83. Chris Holman, Cameron Patrick, Chris Johnson, Sean Beluzzo, Mike Rudy, the top cars. Cameron Patrick. And there goes Robbie Babb on the outside of the 44, falling back a bit. Cameron Patrick takes the lead down the front straightaway in a side-by-side battle between Chris Johnson and Sean Beluzzo between turns 1 and 2. Mike Rudy is there in the 8 car as he dives underneath. He will get to the inside of Chris Johnson and take over the 3rd position. Winner of the first race back in the 4th position. Now Todd Van Gilder right there in the 5th position. That's where he finished the first race we had. He's ahead of the 71 of Hunter Slayton. Look at Cameron Patrick take off and take that lead. About 7 to 8 car lengths ahead of Sean Beluzzo, who's taken over the 2nd spot. Mike Rudy, the 8 cars in 3rd. And that 36 of Chris Johnson. A little bit further back, some bumping and banging going on for about the 7th, 8th, and 9th position. 87 up there, Darrell Vance, Michael Johnson, 38, and Joe Scarborough, the 08. 25 laps make it 24 as the 20 of Cameron Patrick goes across the start-finish line here at Langley Speedway. Side-by-side battle between the 38 and the 08. And that 87 once again. They're going at it hard and heavy. Joe Scarborough, Michael Johnson, Darrell Vance in the 87. Darrell closes up on the back end, trying to make the move on Michael Johnson. just ahead of these guys, the 57 and the 71 going at it for the 5th position. Todd Van Gilder and Hunter Slayton. He's down to his inside. Hunter Slayton makes the move, makes the pass on Todd Van Gilder. Just behind these guys, that great battle rages on. 08-38. Joe Scarborough, Michael Johnson. Michael gets to the inside and makes the pass. He's going to bring Darrell Vance with him in that 87 if he can make the pass and make it stick and move and work. That number 08 goes to the outside, Joe Scarborough. Caution flag is out. And the caution flag is out for rain in the area and coming down. Ten laps completed. Some big drops coming down in some places of the racetrack. Let's get the caution flag for the rain coming down. And it's starting to come down a little bit heavier as we speak. All right, we're going to see who chooses to go to the outside and take the cone as we get set to go back to green flag racing. We're going to be able to do it. We've got 20 laps to go in this next 30-lap event. The 8 car goes to the outside. Mike Rudy, let's see what he's able to do. He's had a fast car tonight. Spencer Saunders up there with Sean Belluzzo, first and second. They're down on the inside. Then Mike Rudy chose to go to the outside and take the cone. Several other drivers did too. Can't exactly see which ones they are from this angle, but they're going to be up there challenging hard on the outside. As we come back to the green flag, we're going to get this underway. 20 laps to go. The KeysVacation.com modifieds at Langley Speedway back underway. Great battle on the racetrack down the back straightaway as Mike Rudy has a good run going on that outside. Sean Belluzzo down low as they fight for the second spot. Mike Rudy, the back end kicked off a little bit, but he maintains and still gets a good bite at the exit of turn 2. But Belluzzo gets another outstanding run down the back straightaway. Shot out of the turn 2 area, and the caution flag is out. Spin over there at the bottom of turn 2. Spin by the 77 machine. Go back to the last green flag completed lap. That would be lap number 11. KeysVacation.com modifieds at Langley Speedway with 19 laps to go. Mike Rudy once again is going to try that 8 car on the outside. He's going to have a challenge though for that number 20 of Cameron Patrick. Sean Belluzzo on the back end of Cameron, ready to go as the green flag flies again. Oh wait, Joe Scarborough also chose to go to the outside. Robbie Babb slips up again in turn 2. He's done that before tonight. He's fallen back. Mike Rudy also fallen back after going to the outside to take the cone. He's back to where he was, the 3rd spot. Ahead of Chris Johnson in 36. Tries to get to his inside between 1 and 2. 57, Todd Van Gilder down on the inside, a little bit further back, trying to hold off the challenge. He's got pressure from the outside. And that is the 11 of Jimmy Humlet. .38, Michael Johnson down low. Now he gets to the inside of Jimmy Humlet. Meanwhile, it is the 20 machine, points leader Cameron Patrick, showing away for Sean Belluzzo, last year's champion. Mike Rudy, the 3rd spot. Chris Johnson, 36 and 4th. And the 71, Hunter Slayton with another great run tonight in that machine. He's followed by Joe Scarborough, the 08, Todd Van Gilder, 57, Mike Johnson at the 38, Jimmy Humblett, and Chris Holman, the 42 in the top 10. This race is official. We've got past the halfway point. Third spot being challenged now by the 36 of Chris Johnson. He's to the inside, racing door to door with the 8 of Mike Rudy on the back straightaway. And the 71 Hunter Slate wants a piece of the action. Between turns 1 and 2. Chris Johnson takes it away. Mike Rudy back to 4th. Hunter Slayton at 71 stays right on the back bumper, that 8 of Mike Rudy. Comfortable lead for the 20 of Cameron Patrick. More Power Specialties Incorporated, C&G Motorsports, sponsoring that ride. Williamsburg, Virginia driver, the 2009 Rookie of the Year. He's come a long way in 2 years. Cameron Patrick showing the way. These 3 cars going at it. Chris Johnson, that 8 of Mike Rudy, and the 71 Hunter Slayton. Also a little bit further back there is the 42. Chris Holman, he had his problems early in the first race. Running pretty good in this race. Just had a Robbie Babb. Starting to work some lap traffic. Tight pack of cars right here between turns 1 and 2 as the 19 gets down low. Kyle Wood in the 19. Robert Connor there in the 12 car. He makes the pass on the 42 of Chris Holman. And the 77 gets by as well. He spun out a little bit earlier to bring out the caution flag. That's Joe Bruce. The leader of this race in between turns 3 and 4 as we speak, Cameron Patrick. About a half a straightaway length advantage over Sean Beluza back in the second spot in car 48. 36 Chris Johnson still with a mirror full of that 8 car of Mike Rudy and Hunter Slayton in the 71 following the 8. Joe Scarborough the 08 and it's Todd Van Gilder the 57. Michael Johnson the 38 is 8. Darrell Vance the 87 is 9th and Robbie Babb the 44 in 10th. Followed by Kyle Wood, the 19, Jimmy Humblett in the 11, Robert Connor, the 12, Chris Holman in 42, then Scott Lawrence in the 83, and Matt Slide, 33. Get around some lap cars. Cameron Patrick. He's got heavy traffic just ahead, too. Some guys going at it pretty hard as far as racing each other. That battle heats up again between Chris Johnson, the 8 of Mike Rudy, and the 71 of Hunter Slayton. Meanwhile, Jimmy Humblett, he comes into the pits. He's got a problem. White flag is out. This race just about done. Blistering pace being set today by Cameron Patrick. Came into tonight's event, the points leader. He comes out of this race as the race winner, as he's going to see the checkered flag, and he gets it. Cameron Patrick wins over Sean Beluza. Chris Johnson finishes in 3rd, followed by the 8 of Mike Rudy and Hunter Slayton in the 71. Unbelievable. We got the races in. We had some good races tonight. We'll be back next Saturday night here at Langley Speedway to do it all over again. Great job by all the officials and everybody working here at Langley Speedway, the drivers and everyone to get this race in.
Job on your crew, man. 6 races, 2.5 hours with the threat of rain. Incredible.
Hats off to all the officials and all the workers at Langley Speedway and to you for coming out. And we appreciate you coming and seeing all the action. We're going to do it again next Saturday night.
Looking for even more this Wednesday night. Don't forget, next Saturday night, it's Armed Forces Night here at Langley Speedway and Dr. Mimi Peak Night. Looking forward to seeing Dr. Mimi Peak and her entire staff. And this guy is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Patrick in the number 20 hot rod. There you go, Cameron. Twin 30s, and you win them both here at Langley Speedway. It's official. You're now the guy to beat in 2011. This thing is a rocket ship.
Oh my God, is it ever? You know, we didn't know what it was going to do after the first 30 laps. We knew it was a good car, and we said, well, you know, we analyzed the tires, decided what to do, and we made a good decision. And yes, it was awesome. It tightened up a little bit, but with these tires, that car is unbelievable. It's so easy to drive. And it proves that a Legends driver does know what they're doing. You give them a good, strong car. You know, Hamilton built us a brand new one this year, and it's done nothing but win every time we brought it out. And I really appreciate that. You know, Barnett Machine Shop Willie built us one hell of a motor. It's been the same motor for 4 years. We just finally had a chance to put it out front.
And we were talking about it at your last win a couple weeks ago, and putting all the attention on the modified, but you're actually going to come back and run some Legend racing as well.
Yeah, we decided we'd run the Legends on the off weekends that we're not running the modified. So next week we don't get to race. So I won't have Dad with me as crew chief, so it's going to be a little hard. I'll have to come out and play by myself. But Mike Smith's going to come out, and he'll help me out.
Cameron Patrick, he puts it in victory lane for win number 2 here on a twin bill night for the KeysVacation.com modifieds. And this young lady and these young men got you another trophy. Tell her by your name.
Kyle Adams.
Jillian.
Matthew.
Matthew is going to present a trophy to our winner, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Cameron Patrick in the 20 car.